welcome everyone to our Tech Talk. This is our first Tech Talk and hopefully a continued series in the future with Focus 360. So today, I am Jennifer Cooper, by the way. I work with Focus 360, and I have here our president and founder, Steve Ormonde. Say hello, Steve.
Hello, Steve.
And today, to give you guys a little bit of background, Tech Talk, we're going to be having discussions on all things technology that support, grow, and inspire our industry to move forward in new ways. And we'll have discussions amongst our team. Would love to bring in some guest speakers and talk about all things around where technology is going in the industry. So again, thank you for joining us for our first one. And today we thought, let's just start at the beginning. Like, where did Focus 360 start? And I was inspired by a really fun set of videos that Steve shared with our team a few weeks ago. And it depicted where we've come or where we haven't gone in our journey of marketing technologically driven products over the years. So I thought we'd start about the evolution of virtual sales tools since the late 80s. And so that introduces us into Steve. Let's talk about, like, where did Focus 360 originate from? Like, back in the 80s, you're thinking about this idea of the company. What were the gaps and what were you seeing was missing in the industry to start the company and really moved us forward with those fun videos that we got to see?
Oh, for sure. I'm happy to share with everyone. You know, looking back, I was basically just an ignorant kid working for an architectural firm, shopping for a home for myself and my wife. And at the time, here in South Orange County, there was a lot of development going on. And the builders, unbeknownst to me, were trying to sell homes out of a trailer, which kind of surprised me. In fact, I walked into a trailer right down the street from where I'm currently sitting in Laguna Niguel, and they said, sorry, we don't have anything to show you, but we do have this little roll of blueprints that you can take home and look at. And so I took them home, and Christy and I unrolled them, and sure enough, there was a floor plan. And Christy had no idea what it was, and I could read them, being from architecture. So I built a computer model of that home for her to see it. And that's when the light bulb moment happened. And I figured out I need to somehow take my architectural skills and my CAD skills and create an easy to use system for people to walk through a digital model of a home. And that was in 1988. And in 1989, I had completed a prototype, showed it to some builders, and the rest, they say, is history.
So first of all, can I just rewind and say, wow, great husband. Your wife couldn't read the blueprint, so you just went and whipped up a 3D model.
Tools weren't like they are today.
Brownie
back
points.
then.
Yeah, brownie points there, but a really cool story about how you just thought, okay, let me take some of my background knowledge and fulfill a pain point in someone who's not sure like what their next step is in looking at this home structure. It's really interesting when we were looking at some of these videos, which at some point we're going to have to share on our social channels because they're fabulous. So back there at 80s, we had the big hair, we had the big cell phones, that's all gone. But what's really interesting to me is that I was seeing so much of the same storytelling for what we sell today with interactive floor plans, really great architectural renderings. I was like, oh my gosh, the story behind here and set in 1980 really hasn't changed for many builders. So what do you see as holding builders up? And like, are you surprised that the story hasn't changed that much?
That's hilarious. Yeah, no, the toolkit that we developed back then is basically the same toolkit we offer today, with a lot more advancements.
It looks better. Like, it doesn't look the same.
Just a little bit better, from wireframe models to photorealistic imagery and video. So the premise hasn't changed. And it's funny, when I look back, we were covered in more media than you can imagine, including ABC News, Wall Street Journal, all the big magazines covered what we were doing. And everyone said, this is the future of home sales. Here we are, 2023. And a lot of builders still haven't grasped the concept of using digital toolkits to help buyers understand plans. So it's still the future of home building, But kudos to the builders that have, and I'd say the vast majority of home builders understand the value of those tools that we originally conceived back then and are leveraging them. But still, there's plenty of growth to happen in this space.
Yeah. And is there anything that you feel in your conversations? Obviously, I have my own perspective, but what do you think is holding people back? Is it the process? Is it, like, what do you think? Or when you've been having these discussions way longer than I have, like, what holds people back from moving the needle with our industry or with their home builder?
I think every builder has a unique reason for not moving forward. I've heard them all, as you might imagine. Some of the popular ones are budget. It looks like it's something we'll simply never be able to afford, when in fact it's super affordable. Another is they may have tried it with another vendor and didn't like the process, didn't like the results, so they figured this just doesn't work for them. They may not have worked with a company that has made that process simpler or the image quality better. And then all points in between, there's a whole portfolio of tools that are that help support the buyer journey. And some tools work better for some builders than others. But the reality is, if they're not using some component of the digital toolkit, they're really hurting themselves, because as you know, as we know, the consumers demand that these days, right? You'll still sell homes if you don't do that. You'll still sell homes if you don't build a model or put a sign up, right? But that's not the point. The point is we want to help our customers better enjoy the journey, get more information out of the journey. So why wouldn't we help them along? And in doing so, we become a better partner with our customers. The same for Focus 360 as a company. We partner with our clients. We help them get through the journey as easy as possible. And I think our builders want the same for their clients.
Yeah, I think the biggest piece with that last comment is, how do we help the customer know if we as the builder are the right fit sooner? The sooner we do that with the right tools and the information, my sales team isn't going to be spending extra hours trying to get the information in front of them to select if yes, you're a fit or no, you're not. So, you're really helping your overall ROI and your sales team's time, in addition to helping customer, which should be the first priority. So we promise to keep these segments relatively short, like good little sound bites. So I'd love to just end real quick with, what do you think is the next for the future of home building? Would love your thought on that.
Oh gosh, that's always a loaded question. The future is just more integration, both in the tools that help enhance the customer journey in leveraging these digital tools, and also integration in the process of designing the homes. We have a number of toolkits that we're working on that help our builders design a better home long before marketing even starts. And being able to leverage that virtual model home for pre-frame walkthroughs, and then have it available for the marketing team in a more enhanced, user-friendly way for the web and sales center presentations, is really, I think, the future, that whole end-to-end.
Yeah. In my perspective, because I would be remiss if I didn't include it, is I think over the next 10 years from now, our conversations on what we're using to sell homes will be completely different. And we have to start changing now more holistically across the board, because I always say my 8-year-old son, when he's ready to buy a home, what he's going to expect out of the experience, what he's going to want to buy, and how quickly he's going to want to move through the system will be like seconds compared to what we spend today. Right now, we're really serving a very broad demographic, and it's going to really shrink. So, builders, as you can get in and adapt and look at, how do I start to really chip away at the things that I need, and hearing that Steve says they're more affordable than you might realize. And again, that ROI with your sales team is going to change, as you look at the equation. So, well, anyways, we will wrap this up. We wanted to keep it short and sweet. So thank you, Steve, for your time. Thank you, everybody, for watching our first Tech Talk. And there'll be more to come in the future. Thanks. Bye-bye, everybody.